Hello, guys. Welcome back, invaders, to another episode of the Pitch Invaders podcast. Amir and me are back again for another episode
Classic jerseys.
with the classic jerseys representing the teams that won. Yeah, I
Uh,
guess
I
I guess not as
we'll
much.
talk
Yeah,
about it. I'm not mad or sad or anything, but
we were trying to have George or Matt on these episodes, but they chickened out. I think it's because Arsenal didn't win.
yeah,
And I'm calling them out.
they were scared.
George and Matt Saeed, you guys are disappointing, bro.
The group chat was silent. Okay, they were very disappointed.
um, the game of the week we will get to Arsenal Man City, which was the big one. But actually, this whole entire weekend was jam packed
Yeah,
because of they had
Merseyside
the
derby.
Merseyside derby, Chelsea, Manchester United, and they were in what city were they in? They had the summer, not the summer fest. I forgot what they call it. The Premier League came to the
Oh
U.S.
yeah, in Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah,
Smart from them because they put all the games in one weekend.
yeah.
It was all hype. We need to call them out
Sorry.
for them to come to North Carolina, and you will see. Um, okay, let's get into the games because I'm sure you guys all want to hear our reactions. We'll start with Liverpool Everton on the first game of the weekend, 7:30.
I think that was your first not Kofta win in
Yes,
the league, probably.
it was the first game where we dropped Verts,
Yeah,
and we looked more like we did last year. Actually, I like
yeah.
I that was the best we've looked, in my opinion. We played good against
Mhm.
Atletico Madrid in the Champions League, but this was the best we looked. We had Suboslai back, and it was back to our normal, without Verts,
Yeah.
and I felt like it was just so much better in attack. We like everything was free flowing now.
I agree. I think you guys were more direct.
Yes,
You don't have that man that you have to rotate the ball to
100%.
allow him to create these chances. We saw some freedom with Gravenberg and Superslide moving up, and that caused the first goal. A great assist from Salah, of course. But
Well, the
great
finish from
finish, great
Gravenberch
finish
is
too.
fantastic.
Yeah, like I think you guys had more freedom to explore the field more.
And Ekitike on the second goal, Gravenberch set up. That is the kind of striker finish. I was like, this is like a Torres kind of finish. Like it's
I
one touch through the legs, perfect. That's what you want your striker to do.
He's proving you guys wrong every time he starts. To be
He's
honest.
showing me that he deserves to get fit into the system somehow. If Gakpo gets dropped, or I don't know how they're gonna fit it, but I mean they could do Gakpo, Ekitike, or sorry, Ekitike, Isak,
Isak.
and Verts if Verts is gonna start,
Yeah,
and Salah, or maybe they just put Salah. Maybe they just put Ekitike on the left wing because he
he
can play on the left
he
wing.
can
So
play. Yeah,
if he keeps scoring, he's not gonna get dropped. I mean, but we play so many games that it's understandable if they're going to rotate and like one plays 60 minutes, one plays 30 minutes. We have all so many games, so it's I'm fine with it. But
yeah. I think it is important to probably play both
yeah,
Ikitike and Isak because Gakpo hasn't been providing much this
it was
year.
just first couple games he was
Yeah,
sharp, and then since then he's been kind of out of it. Isak still has a while. He still has a couple games. I think he does not look fully sharp. I
I
think
agree.
we'll start seeing the minutes bump up.
But it is a dilemma for Arne
It's a
Slot,
good
honestly.
problem though.
With having all of these players, try and fit them in the system, and now that you tried something by dropping Verts and it actually worked, what are you gonna do?
I don't think they're gonna keep it going like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but you have to also keep in mind Salah is gonna be gone for AFCON
Hmm.
for 2 months.
I could see probably you
So
playing Verts on that right wing or
yeah, I mean there is, we got to consider, and if any one of those players gets injured,
mm,
we have an easy substitution. I This is the best problem for us to
yeah.
have. Um, but I want to focus though on what happened in the second half.
Okay.
Because the first half, Liverpool was dominating.
Mm.
We looked fantastic. We created chances. Salah looked sharp. Everybody was great. The second half, it's the same
It
problem we
happened
had
again.
again. It completely shifted to Everton.
Mm.
The mistakes started happening. I started seeing misplaced passes and just lack of awareness. Like not they were the decision making became. It's like we expected to concede, and you could sense the whole entire game.
Yeah.
I was watching the whole entire second half. I was already anticipating the
The
goal.
goal.
The
Yeah.
goal came. I had no surprise. It's
Yeah.
not like I got frustrated. I threw the remote. No, I was expecting it. And I was biting my nails for the rest of the game, expecting a 2-2 ending
Yeah.
and then a third goal from Liverpool to tie last minute. somehow it didn't happen, but
Mm.
I don't we really need to fix this problem.
You know, it reminds me of City back in like 2 years ago or a year ago. Like even if we're up like 2-0, 3-0, like I always said, Ederson's not keeping a clean sheet, or like our defense is not
Yeah,
keeping a clean sheet. So I wonder if that's the same problem. But I felt like maybe it, like you guys were okay even at the beginning of the second half, but it
yeah,
started when you subbed in Verts and Isak, and you did all of your like
yeah. Well,
subs.
I'm wondering, the goal
I
came
have
in
a
the
feeling like this is when it all started. And
well,
again,
actually, the goal came in the 58th minute, and the subs came after
okay.
61st.
The goal came that early?
Yeah,
I may have, but
yeah, and it was a good goal by
yeah,
Idrissa Gana Gueye. Well done. Yeah, we're lucky not to have conceded more, but also we could have scored more. So
yeah,
it was a could have gone either way.
yeah.
One of those games that one goal could have changed it.
You guys are really good when you guys are in defense and somehow you get the ball back. You always see, I've seen it at least like for 2-3 games where like there's a couple of like touches in the middle, in the midfield, one
Yeah,
twos, and they try to go on the counter and it works. Like it's usually like a dangerous ball. And I wonder if I mean, this is something that you guys probably do in the training ground. And I've seen it like in that game. I've seen it in the Atletico Madrid.
yeah.
We've seen it in other games too earlier. You just cannot. There is something, but you can. I don't think you can just build your game based on that because Liverpool starts in attack. First half, you guys try to dominate. Maybe in the second half, Arne Slot is asking the team to rest for a little bit and try to accept.
I'm sure if it's the manager, he's saying go and that and get a third. No, you don't think he's saying
Not
let's close out this
necessarily.
game
Not necessarily.
because then they
Uh,
score and then we're battling the rest
it,
of the game.
it's a game plan. You gotta.
I,
Yeah.
I want to put a note on something. If you look at the three subs that we did, they were all attacking. We didn't do, I mean, Curtis Jones, a
Yeah.
midfielder, but we did not replace a single defender.
Yeah.
That was surprising for me. We
Kirkus did really
took
good.
out Gakpo for Verts and we put Isak instead of Ikatike
Yeah.
and then Jones instead of McAllister, but no other subs, no defensive subs. I don't know if
Because I think
he didn't want to play around with that and mix it up
you were playing your best four anyway. And Kirk has had a good game.
because Bradley played good.
Bradley played really good.
Regardless of his rating in football, he was actually pretty
You
good.
had support from Gravenberg.
Konate, I don't mean to spotlight
Yeah.
on him, but he made a couple mistakes in the second half
Mm,
that could have easily turned into goals, and
yeah.
I do not like that. I want a confident center back.
Definitely. You want Mark Gui.
We need more Gui, and
Yeah.
if we win this league, it's because of our attack. At the end of
Yeah.
the day, it's because of the attack that we would win.
I have a feeling though last year you guys were more lethal, like in attack, in my
Well, yeah,
opinion.
we were, and
So how would you? So if you
why
guys
is the
are,
reason? Well, consider also that Salah had the same players that he's played with. It's not like
mm,
there was new players, and Salah is the focal point. It's
yeah,
not the same in this team
it's not
anymore,
the same. Yeah.
and he probably does not get the same kind of balls. Now he had chances that he could have finished.
He definitely, with Verts not being on the field, we've seen like the same role that Salah played
Yes,
in the like last year.
yeah.
Um,
But actually,
uh,
with against Atletico Madrid, Verts was playing, and Salah actually had a lot of creativity in the first
yeah,
30 minutes of the game.
I think that was because Frimpong was playing.
Maybe,
That
yeah,
was the
it
main,
must
because
be it.
Frimpong took that like the outside
Yeah,
flank and he automatically pushes Salah inside, and this is
okay.
where he loves to play.
I think that we need some more toying around
Yeah,
to get Salah at his best
yeah,
because right now the system is not focused just on Salah anymore.
yeah,
We have a lot of attack now that we can afford to get goals from other players.
yeah,
And as we saw last season, it was dependent on Salah. He
yeah.
was the key. If we got goals from other players, that's fine, but it was always a few goals here and there.
I agree.
Yeah, regardless, it's another win. Merseyside derby,
15 points.
15 points, and we played some tough games already. It's not like we were playing some bottom half teams. We played Newcastle,
Yeah,
Arsenal, Everton, Atletico
Burnley,
Madrid. You know,
Burnley.
Burnley was the tough one. So we're gonna have a difficult October against Chelsea and Manchester United. But yeah, well done to Liverpool.
Can't say anything else to be honest.
Yeah.
But
Okay, let's go to Spurs versus Brighton. Amir, do you want to start us off with?
honestly, Brighton almost caught Spurs by a surprise by being 2-0 up,
They could have had
and
more, man. They were playing
they
sharp.
they really
The Menta,
really
did you see the Menta
yeah,
goal?
that
Dude,
that's a goal. And back.
Ayari scored the
Ayar's
second
goal
one.
too, like, was I mean, it was a
Could have been
mistake for
better from goalie,
with a
but
with yeah, it's a mistake from Vicario, but,
yeah,
oh, I think I watched that first half and really Brighton dominated. They actually
yes,
knew how to stop Spurs from trying to take control of the game
yeah,
or try and make any forward passes or anything. They really locked them in their own place, and Brighton knew exactly how to carry the ball into the Spurs half and actually try to create some threat. It was it was very good, honestly. I think this is a very good coach that studies well, that knows like the strengths and weaknesses of the other coach and the other teams, and he plays based on that. So I
yeah.
really enjoyed watching that. But again, in the second half, with these teams like Brighton and
They
Fulham and Brentford, even if they played like a good half, it's so hard to keep
Spurs fought
safe.
back. I mean,
Yeah,
they got the goal right before halftime to
yeah,
make it 2-1, and I think that was the
that
change.
was a
That was a
key.
big
Yes,
point.
for sure.
But I want to ask you a question. I question some of the decisions. He dropped Siemens for
Mhm.
Odebert. Udogie played in left back instead of. So
Yeah.
we saw some kind of rotation, and I don't know if that had Richarlison started, scored a goal, but like, why is he playing around with with
I
the
think
team? I don't know.
it had to do with
Siemens is the best. Is your best left wing,
it had to do with probably game fitness because they played 3 games in within a
and then
week
yeah.
because like last week and then you have Champions League and then you play again for the
What is
weekend.
this Man City doing? Holland and these players that are playing all the time.
Well,
Holland, Reinders,
I'm gonna come to that.
they're
When it comes to Man City,
playing 90 minutes all the
I'm
time.
gonna tell you exactly what did Man City do. But yeah, that's why I'm very happy with the tie. But I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened. But I think it has to do with game fitness for
Okay.
sure.
Well, Spurs fought back and won the game.
Well, tied the game,
They
but
tied the game.
yeah, but
Sorry, tied the game 2-2.
it's still a point better than
Still,
losing, and that's the difference that Thomas Frank can make, I
yeah,
think, because
that could have been an easy game that
exactly,
last year would have been like a 4-1. I
yeah,
don't know.
and I think also that's the mentality. Sometimes when you're 2-0 up against like Spurs or one of the top six,
Yeah,
the automatic reaction is that you're gonna try to defend that
yeah.
win. It can work, but I don't think Brighton is known to be that strong defensively anyway, so maybe that wasn't a good strategy.
Spurs is 10 points,
Yeah,
3 wins, 1 draw, 1 tie.
great,
That's
great,
1 draw, 1 loss. That's
great start.
pretty good for them.
Great start.
Okay. The next game, which if you just look at the score and everything that happened, you'll be like, what in earth? Manchester United win 2-1, 2 red cards, and it could have been a lot worse
Yeah,
for Chelsea. But
it really could have.
dude, can I start first
Yes,
of all?
please.
Manchester United look reinvigorated. I watched the highlights and part of the game. First of all, Mbeumo was fantastic.
Yes.
I think he is the most threatening player every time I watch the game, and I saw a reinvigorated Bruno. More
Okay.
later in the game, you saw how he was pumping up the crowd, screaming.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see from the captain. He gets an amazing goal. Well, obviously, the red card at 4 minutes from Sanchez was
The reaction from the coach was even worse
Maresca. My
because
question is Palmer,
it's not just like you make 3 subs out and most of like you take out your main key players that could
Estevao out,
probably yeah,
fine. Pedro
and
Neto out.
Palmer.
Palmer at
So
21st minute makes 0 sense for me.
and
Why?
yeah, I just don't I think he just isolated Joao Pedro
Who's
for that
Andre
entire
Santos?
game. I like I have no idea. I think the questions I mean, of course Sanchez is to blame, but Mariska is also to be questioned about these subs, especially that early in the game too.
Palmer looked pissed
Yeah,
and probably
a
confused.
lot of players were confused, and then you try to actually fix it back in the second half. But I feel like maybe the game plan, like he had something in mind, but
Yeah.
all of a sudden with Sanchez coming out or with a red card, it didn't work. So he was confused too.
But we got to give credit to Manchester United. They
Yes.
pounced on that. They scored 2 goals.
Yeah.
They were not. I wouldn't call them beautiful goals. They're scrappy goals, but
They
regardless,
still
it
got the
went in.
job done.
And they were threatening. They could have had more goals than that. And then Casemiro, obviously,
I don't think that's a red card,
he was on a yellow. I don't
but
think it's. I think it's harsh.
he got the ball.
He did actually. I don't think. Yeah, I saw it. I don't think it should have been a
That
second yellow.
that was not a red.
But at the same time, you can't be risking it like that on on a yellow, right?
Yeah,
You're lunging in. You know the player is gonna try to fool the referee.
I just feel, I mean,
He got the
if
ball.
you got the ball, we got ball. But I think maybe there was pulling. But even if there was like light pulling, I still got the ball in the midfield, in no
Yeah,
danger zone.
I know it was a little bit harsh,
Yeah,
but the game got open after that. Chalaba got a header
header.
to get the second, and um, it was. It was impressive to see, though, Manchester United come up with that. Well, the one focal point that I remember so much about the game is Fernandez having that clear, it was like a one-on-one. He ran past,
Yeah.
and then he wasn't really one-on-one. He had two defenders on him. He shot it way outside the box. Good save, and then he goes and like screams, "Ah!" And I'm like, dude, this is the captain that Manchester United need. If we get this version of Bruno Fernandes, regardless if they're winning or losing, every game, not the one that complains, not the one that cries and moans.
Yeah.
If you get this kind of version of him that's passionate and screaming, this
Mhm.
team could end in sixth. You know?
Top 6
I
is a good
mean,
place, but yeah, I agree. I think Manchester United had a game plan in mind. It didn't change even after Casemiro got out. Like, we didn't see like 3 random subs
100%.
from Amorim, but I think they deserved the win. And I blame Mariska for giving away that game. To be honest, that early, at least see how your players are gonna react. Just sub in your keeper and then see, like, try to have a better game plan. But overall, what happened, I think, is like it got out of control for
Yeah.
Mariska.
Well, red flags or question marks for Chelsea, that's 2 losses and 1 draw. So they lost against Bayern,
Yeah,
they drew against Brentford.
I don't.
What's
Well, I don't think it's a red flag. I mean, Bayern are probably in their best form right now. You play against Manchester United away from home.
tied against
You
Brentford?
play at Old Trafford. Yeah, I think it's fine. It's a hard week. It's the first week of Champions League 2. Your players are not at probably
Yeah.
top fitness yet. I
But you
think it's
don't
fine.
question at all the Palmer?
I do question it. I think Mariska is to blame for the subs and for the loss.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Maybe Palmer's not fit either.
I'm trying to see if
Yeah,
Palmer was benched or something in the other games, but yeah,
he
Palmer was benched against
yeah.
Brentford.
So he probably wasn't completely fit.
Is it because he's coming off like
He
it's
is
not a fitness thing. He's coming
he
off like he's pissed.
yeah, but he's the most dangerous player on the field when he plays anyway, even if he's fit or not.
I think they're really missing Delap. I don't know. I think that
Is he coming back after the international
no,
break?
he's late October is what it says, I
Yeah.
think, on Footmob. So, I mean, that's still a while.
Yeah.
They need that striker up front so that, you know, João Pedro can drop a little
Mm.
and play that
Yeah.
kind of center forward role.
Yeah, pairing him and Palmer behind the striker, I think
Yeah.
that's probably the best formation that Chelsea can play. But I think it's too early in the season too.
Can't say anything.
I like Mariska. I think he knows what he's doing. But maybe this game just got
Yeah.
out of control.
Well, I'm happy as a not a Liverpool fan, but a Premier League fan that Manchester United is getting a couple wins.
They're not
I
back though.
I don't know if they're back or not,
That's
but
just a fake win.
it's hopefully it comes on something. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully this kind of reinvigorates the. We all want to see the most competitive league, and I want to see competitive top 6. So I hope Manchester United starts playing a little bit more like this.
How many times we've said that though?
They're playing with hunger, though. This was a game with hunger. I saw the
I
hunger
could
in their
promise
eyes.
they played with hunger.
The
Well, every other coach,
no,
maybe like
no,
at
really.
least once, at least once.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the Sunday games, Amir. I guess the only game that we're gonna talk about and focus on is the biggest game of the league: Arsenal versus Manchester City. I'll let you take it away. I have notes, but I want you to start off
I was very happy
with a 1-1
with a
or with
one. To
you
be
were almost gonna win.
with the way we played, honestly, it was the total opposite of what anyone could have expected, including Mikel Arteta himself. Because Mikel Arteta, the way he put his formation, he's ready to let Man City take control
Yeah.
of the game, and he's just going to play on the counter and try to defend. What happened is Pep set up a surprise for him. He's like, you know what? I'm going to give you the ball. And I'm going to defend and play on the counter. The Arsenal players in the first half they were very confused. Like,
That's not what you guys usually do.
What are we doing? Arsenal had 63% possession.
That's unheard of
In
against
the
you
first
guys.
half, and I think overall in the game too, against Man City.
You guys had done this recently too on another game, right?
I
I remember we
that
talked
was
about it against
yeah.
who was it?
I guess Manchester United. I think we lost
You
possession.
guys didn't have possession, but you
or it was like
dominated the game.
almost. It was like almost half.
But you were willing to
Yeah.
sacrifice it.
The moment I actually saw the formation against Manchester United, like when Pep puts like a formation and you start to see like some distinct changes in it, you know he's building on that for 3 games. Like
Yeah,
this is the exact formation we're gonna play, and that's the same exact formation we played with. We actually, instead of like trying to hold the ball and try to play, this time we actually stayed back and played on the counter. And we were very dangerous. You saw that first goal from
yeah.
Haaland.
Speed.
Gabriel could not even get close to him. You could see Gabriel chasing Haaland somehow.
Counter was fantastic.
And Reinders, the way Pep set up this, I think it was very smart too, because like you would expect Reinders to try to defend, but he gave him more of an advanced role where every time we are on a counter or the ball is in our half and we try to get it to play a counter, you always see Holland is actually the first person that tries to get the ball, followed by Reinders and Doku. It's always those three in that sequence. And bringing Holland to our half in the midfield, it pulls another Arsenal defender. So
Smart.
when you're countering, they have to chase
And they're not
the
gonna
ball.
keep up with
They're
the
not
other ones.
actually. They don't actually have their 4 defender. They don't have at least 2
Yeah.
defenders trying to like.
This is what you saw. There was a gap where Holland
And
took it.
it didn't happen once. I think it happened. It happened at least
Yeah.
3 times. Perfect game plan from Pep.
I
Yeah.
think your best player on the pitch though is Doku.
Yeah.
The best player, not just in the match, he's the
Yeah.
best player on the whole pitch. I saw so much from Doku,
Doku,
dribbling,
yeah,
dances,
Doku
threatening.
really carried those 3 games, and
I didn't know he was capable of this.
I love the freedom that Pep actually gave him this year. You actually start to see him more better with the tactical awareness. Like I think there was a ball that Donnarumma couldn't find any players to pass it to, and you start to see Doku playing the Bernardo Silva role. Like I'm actually Doku coming to midfield,
Yeah,
trying to carry the ball forward, and I really like how Pep has used him in the last 3 games. I personally, if you ask me who's our best player, I would tell you this year is Erling Haaland. The
okay.
way he improved, not just like because he scored goals, but
Yeah,
he is dropping way deeper than
to get the
he
ball.
normally
Yeah,
is. Like if we are under pressure, he's the one like shielding the ball. His passes, like I wish I can pull up that stat, but I think if we look at pass accuracy from Holland, I'm pretty sure it's 90% or above, and that's something you usually don't see from
yeah.
your striker. Like whether it's a through pass or a short
At least
pass.
in this game, it was 57%.
Uh,
But I'm sure that's not in general.
yeah, and I just feel like the moment I look at Holland, every time he has the ball and he tries to play out
Yeah,
to his players, it's going to the right player.
100%.
But overall, I think it was a surprise. Arteta tried to fix it quickly in the second half by bringing in Saka and bringing other players.
Okay, we talked a lot about City. Arsenal, though, they fought hard for that point. That was
Yeah.
a hard fought point that, in my opinion, was well deserved.
Okay.
Do you agree with that? I
I
think Arsenal fought so hard for that, and we saw Madueke
because
creating
they're playing at
chances,
home at this
playing at
point,
home.
and when you set up a game plan and all of a sudden it has flipped on you,
They got
you
on
have
their
no
back.
other choice other
Yeah,
than like especially when you're playing at home, no
yeah.
other choice other than try to get
I
the
actually
point.
think them conceding first was in their favor. I feel like
Yeah,
they would be so pressured. If you guys scored that goal later in the game, Arsenal was not going to like imagine it's 0-0. Arsenal would not be able to come back. I think
mm,
you guys scoring on
scoring
them
early.
that
Yeah,
they had to play with risk. This is the kind of game that I feel like Arteta's not willing to take risks. But because they got on the back foot and they conceded, the whole script changes.
he took the
He
risk.
actually took the risk.
I
And
agree.
we saw so many attacks.
Yeah,
Zubamendi and Gyökeres, I'll talk about him in a second,
yeah,
but Madueke looked so threatening. Trossard was even getting in the action. This was a very threatening team that
yeah.
they were just going hard on.
I agree. It just like okay, if I'm an Arsenal fan, I probably would ask, why didn't Arteta start like this playing at home? And you're the better
Yeah,
team. And especially that they rested for they rested for 4 days. City rested for only 2.
yeah.
So why didn't you just start with that? Like why didn't you start with
He's not a
Eze?
risk taker. That's the thing.
That's the problem. So when are you gonna take the risk to actually win the title?
I think he will be so happy with this point. This one point. This is the kind of
Yeah,
point that a title contender gets.
but that's
A
the
title
problem.
contender gets
Yeah.
this kind of point.
I honestly,
Hard fought.
I would challenge you for that because if you're a title contender, you go and you try to win
You go and
every
try
game.
to.
You don't celebrate.
You don't accept. Oh yeah,
Yeah, You know,
I know what you mean. I also I want to put a little spotlight on Gyökeres. I thought he was completely out of the game. He was nowhere to be found.
he was isolated for sure.
And we saw the threat all coming from the wings. Even the holding midfielders were creating
Yeah,
chances. But Gyökeres, he was not winning any headers. He was not getting in spots to get
yeah,
the ball. I don't know if maybe the man marking was good, but he was nowhere to be found in this
yeah.
game. Honestly.
I think City had a game plan in head, and it actually worked very good in their favor up until, of course, like we tied. But I think
Yeah.
it's a deserved tie. But I want to actually also highlight one more thing.
Yes.
City would never play that way if Ederson was in goal.
So why did it change now with
We're
Donnarumma?
more confident to
100%.
actually accept play and actually defend because
You guys have a confident.
we
Yeah, I even watching the highlights, I'm so much more confident
have
with a
done
three goalkeeper, whatever how tall he is, standing in goal
and
and getting those
he's good.
saves.
And he's really good, and he's like
He's vocal and he'll go for the ball. He's
yeah,
not scared to go for it.
yeah,
He's not running out of the box and everybody's like, he's a red card
yeah.
or he's gonna lose the ball. No, like
He
he's confident with it.
I agree. We saw like every time a defender makes a clearance or
Yeah,
Donnarumma makes a save, these defenders are celebrating as if we just scored.
yeah.
And I think
Coming and hugging the
that
goalkeeper.
mentally probably also took Gyökeres out of the game because like they had an edge mentally as a team, as
Yeah.
defenders.
But you want to see your striker have more effect
I
than that.
agree.
If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm disappointed with that performance from
Yeah.
Gyökeres.
I agree, but I cannot blame him totally because Arteta didn't build the game to actually try
To set him up.
yeah.
Do you think that this game, this result, has any indication on where this season will end, the Premier League table, kind of?
If anything, I think it tells you that Pep is listening to his staff and is actually learning a lot by bringing in new ideas.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about a very
No time. Yeah, he never
I
listens.
honestly, I think he's been, but it just like not showing. He maybe like he
Yeah.
always focused on attack. Now we're actually seeing that
I think the moment he
maybe
scratched his head and they had the marks, the claw marks, I think that's when he
that was
changed.
done.
This is the pivotal moment.
But yeah, honestly, I think like we're talking about 1 week. We played Manchester United
Yeah.
and we won. We played Napoli, who are the champions of Italy, and we won. And then we played Arsenal. And like if we are to count the points from these 3 games, you got 7 points. Honestly, well played. I cannot say anything else.
Yeah.
I think you can tell the players at the end of the game were very tired. We had to make some subs. We had to bring in defenders to try to defend that win. I'm happy.
We brought this schedule, this fixture list up probably at the beginning of the season. I was
Yeah.
questioning, I said, let's see how Manchester City plays and let's see how Arsenal plays in these games.
Yeah.
And Manchester City, 7 points, like you said, out of
Yeah.
those 3 games is well done.
It's
You guys
good.
handled it.
Yeah.
2 days apart?
2 days apart. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So definitely will deserve. I have a lot more to say about Man City, but I don't want to take.
Yeah.
I'm just very happy. I'm very happy with the performance overall over the past weeks. So,
Okay.
yeah,
Reinvigorated Man City.
I did.
Okay, we're gonna take a quick break, guys, and then we will be back to talk about next week's fixtures. All right, guys, welcome back from the break. We are going to jump in to the next week fixtures. Saw what I did there? Yeah, so we can include all this.
It's too deep.
Before we get into the next week fixtures, though, we want to round up the scores and how me and Amir did last time. I will say off the bat, I did absolutely horrible. I only got one score exactly right, and the rest of them, not only did I get the score wrong, I got the winner and the tie, everything of all of it wrong.
Really?
So I got the first game right, which was 2-1 Liverpool. So I guess there's some, benefit from that. And then the rest were wrong. So Amir, you got one score exactly right and two right winners. So now the score is 25-20.
Close.
Getting closer. So
Yes.
let's see how we do this time. Here we are going to bring it to Saturday. Brentford versus Manchester United, 7:30 kickoff.
Start, man.
Brentford has been impressive, and Manchester United played great too. This is against Embuemo, though, coming against his old team. I just feel like there's some kind of craziness to that. I'm going to go with the Manchester United win,
Okay.
2-1.
All right. I'm gonna go with.
I could see a tie, but I didn't want to go with it.
Trying to go with the tie. Yeah, I cannot give Manchester United 2 wins in a
No?
row. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the tie.
What was it?
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
That was my second guess. All right. Chelsea need to bounce back. Chelsea versus Brighton. You go first.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. Hopefully Mariska can fix things. He's probably playing with his backup keeper though, which could turn out to be better than
He actually had some good
Sanchez.
saves.
You never know.
Yeah.
Brighton also played really well against Spurs, even though they tied at the end of the game, but they can get some confidence boost from
Yeah.
that. See Chelsea winning though? 2-1.
2-1.
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking at the same kind of score, but to make it different, I'm going to go with Chelsea 1-0.
Okay.
Back with the clean sheet.
Nice.
Okay. Crystal Palace at home versus Liverpool, the league leaders, I'd like to say.
Did I predict every Liverpool game as a loss
I think
in
so.
the past
Yeah,
5 weeks?
that tells that you're not guessing with your mind, you're guessing with your heart.
Oh, it's your team. You
Okay.
go first.
Liverpool will win, obviously. Will we keep a clean sheet? Probably not. But I'm going to go with it 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
I don't think, I still am not confident that we can get 3 yet. But
Okay.
I also don't think Crystal Palace has a good defense. So that's kind of my thought process.
I'm gonna tell you this: if Verts plays,
That's the key.
and probably who else? Isak? Do you think Isak
Isak,
is gonna start?
no.
No, not yet.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go with a tie. Change it up this time.
Okay.
Alright, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1-1
1-1. Our first tie.
because you're playing away. I don't think you guys ever.
Last time you said we lost to Everton 2-1, right? I remember that.
When did you guys play away anyway? Like I feel
The
like
last time we played away?
you guys played at home every single game,
Burnley was away. Newcastle was away. Newcastle was a hard one.
and Burnley was a hard one too. So maybe that's the game
Nah,
when you guys are gonna drop points, and I'm gonna say
that's what he's
1-1.
hoping.
1-1.
That's what he's hoping. All right, all right. Leeds versus Bournemouth. I think we both said Leeds was going to lose against Wolves.
Yeah, it was very. I
And
mean, Wolves are horrible this
yeah,
year.
dude, they're struggling
They,
big time.
yeah, relegation.
They have
is
0
coming.
points. You go first, Samir.
Well, honestly, Leeds surprised me, but Bournemouth are also really good. So for this game, I'm gonna go with a Bournemouth win, 3-1.
3-1. I'm going to go with Bournemouth 2-0.
Okay, that's good.
All right, Manchester City versus Burnley. Amir, you got to go. Are you guys going to keep it up?
Yes,
It's going to be a high-scoring game?
Yes.
Think so?
Haaland is gonna score a hat trick, and we're gonna beat Kyle Walker 5-0.
You going to do that to your guy? So this is the Vincent Company's old club?
He left us in the most crucial
You guys
moment
got
of the
kicked rid
season.
of. You guys got rid of him, right?
No, he really left. I know
Bad blood.
Christian loves Kyle Walker. He thinks he's a club legend.
Is.
He is a club legend. The way he acted last year and leaving us mid-year, like during a crisis. Come on, man.
Left a course.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going 5-0, is that?
5-0.
5-0. Wow.
We're not even conceding a goal. Haaland scoring a trick. Foden.
I'm not going with your clean sheet. I can't do it.
Really?
I'm going to go with 3-1.
Against Donnarumma?
4-1. 4-1. 4-1.
Donnarumma's in goal.
They got Anthony, bro. You know Anthony?
In 3 games, he only got scored once. And
Anthony, Jaden Anthony. Who's Donnarumma?
Donnarumma is the best goalkeeper in the world.
I don't know. I think you guys are leaky. I never see Manchester City as a clean sheet team. I don't. I know Donnarumma is a good goalie, but I'm talking about. I know the confidence you guys are.
Well, we kept it against Manchester and Napoli too. You gotta think of that. And the first game, who did we play? Donnarumma's first game. We kept another clean sheet. So out of 4 games, he kept 3 clean sheets, and he just lost like 1 clean sheet against Arsenal.
You're right. I'm gonna stick with it.
All right.
My first guess was 2-0. So if I'm wrong, at least the 2-0 is right. But I'm gonna go with 4-1.
Whatever you say, sir.
Okay, Nottingham Forest, who are still struggling with new life against Sunderland.
Did we just watch this game?
It sounds familiar. They've just played Burnley, which is pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna go with Sunderland winning this. It has to be, right? What was the Sunderland tied? I'm gonna go with a Sunderland win, 2-1.
They're a very resilient team, I would say. I didn't expect that from them.
Yeah.
But I mean, they spend a lot of money. But Nottingham Forest, of course, with Postecoglou, you can expect them to concede a lot of goals. Their form has been horrible. They haven't gotten, like in the past 5 games, they haven't won once. I think they tied 2 and lost 3. I'm going to go this game with a tie.
Tie.
I'm going to go 1-1.
1-1. Yeah. That'd be a 3rd tie in a row for Sunderland. Tottenham coming up against last place Wolves. I think this is an easy win. Right?
Yeah, I guess if they really get back into their right mind, Thomas Frank like actually put the right formation and knows what to do. Is it your turn to go first?
I can go.
Okay.
I don't know if we'll score in this, but Strand Larson is back. He'd probably be starting at that point. And I think he's the most threatening player. Well,
Mm.
they have some good wingers, but I think he's the goal scorer. I think that Spurs will concede. I'm going to go with a 3-1 Spurs.
That was my prediction too. I'm going to go with 2-1 for Spurs.
2-1?
Yeah.
Okay. Aston Villa Sunday versus Fulham. Aston Villa have not
Horrible.
won a single game.
Yeah.
And they are struggling to score goals in general.
Look a lot better than last year overall.
Or
I think
continuing.
a better start
Yeah.
last year. Tough game. I just don't see anything like that Aston Villa can produce against a team like Fulham. So I'm gonna go with the Fulham win, 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
I still see this as a draw.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with a 1-1. Yeah, I'm not gonna call out goal scorers, but hopefully Elliott's on the score sheet. That'd be nice.
You know what? Can I change it up?
You can.
All right. Because Aston Villa is playing at home.
Does their home really count? They've lost every game with the
I
home.
know, but I think Aston Villa is gonna win.
Wow.
2-1.
Big win. The first win.
Gousson is gonna score.
That you have him in fantasy. That's
No,
why
I actually dropped him after the first game.
he's pretty bad, bro.
I dropped him after the first game.
I don't blame you.
I saw him play for like 2 minutes. I was like,
Get rid of him.
sorry, man.
Yalla habibi, bye, bye.
Man, sorry, dude.
Okay, 2-1 Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Okay. The big game for the weekend, I think. Newcastle versus
Your turn.
Arsenal is going to win this. I'm going with this. And I don't think Newcastle will score. I'm going to go with Arsenal win 2-0.
I'm gonna flip it.
No, dude, don't. You're speaking with your heart and your mind.
No, this is with my mind because I know Newcastle at home is a very hard team, and Arsenal actually probably are devastated after that performance against Man City.
I don't think so.
No.
I think they're pumped.
I don't think so.
1-1 against Manchester City is a big deal.
I think Pep played this mental game against Arteta. So Arteta was
They celebrated their win, the tie.
Yeah, that's horrible. They're pumped. That's horrible. It doesn't matter. The players can celebrate however they want. In this head, Arteta's like, yeah, I got defeated. So
You're saying
they're gonna go to St. James Park and they're gonna lose to Newcastle. Newcastle is gonna beat Arsenal 2-0.
Wow.
Yes.
That's a big shout.
Hopefully.
If only we had Matt and George on here to be
I know. I'm happy they're not. I'm happy they're not.
Matt would have been going hard on this right now. Gosh. Okay, big shout. Let's see. Last game, Monday, Everton versus West Ham. West Ham, have they won anything?
No,
They won against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
One random blip in all these Reds. I can go first.
Okay.
Everton will win this. They're in great form.
Grealish,
Jack
he still
Grealish
played really
still
good against
playing good.
Liverpool, right? He was the only player that you could sense some threat.
There's a
on
lot
that
of threat
side,
from
right?
I think Everton, even though they lost, they still played great.
Yeah.
And I don't think West Ham got it figured out yet. I'm going to go with Everton winning 2-1.
I'm gonna say Everton winning 2-0.
2-0. They
Yeah.
keep clean sheet, come in.
Yes.
All right. Pickford, big boy. Yeah, I have him in fantasy, so hopefully this comes true. All right, well, that rounds up those fixtures for next week. But before we get off, Amir, we'd like to talk about something very, very small that probably doesn't matter at all, and it's an award that nobody should care about, called the Ballon d'Or. Tell me about it, Amir. The winner of the Ballon d'Or this year was Ousmane Dembele.
Well deserved.
Well deserved. Your
My
opinion.
Yes.
Your opinion.
He really was a game changer.
He plays in Ligue 1. He's scored 21 goals, I think, 8
Yes.
assists. Is he really that big of a deal? I mean, if you
Yeah.
look at the names
Yes.
of the people that have won the Ballon d'Or, Dembele does not get in my starting 11, in my bench, in my reserves. If I'm looking at the winners of the Ballon d'Or.
I'm trying to look at the story as a whole, to be honest, because the way he started with lightning speed from Dortmund, and he was top talent. You can sense that he would be one of the best players
And then
in
he
the
struggled.
world. Then he went to Barca, struggled with injuries, and really didn't have the confidence at all. And then all of a sudden he plays for PSG the same way he played for Dortmund. Like when he first started, playing in that center forward role and actually focusing all of the build-up and the game on him.
I see some French bias, man. I see
don't
some
think
French
so.
bias. This is a French trophy. This is voted by French journalists, right? Am I wrong?
Yeah, but if we're talking about contribution, how far off is he from Salah and Rafinha? He's almost the same, right? So what gives him an edge? Probably winning 3-4 trophies.
Yeah,
at this
he's in a
point.
Kofta league with Kofta teams. The Champions League is not Kofta. That's the
Yeah,
most deserved.
they beat
But like,
Liverpool.
do you consider Bayern Munich winning the Bundesliga an accomplishment?
Still an accomplishment,
Do
but
you consider
it's
PSG winning the league an accomplishment?
it's still like a trophy.
No, I don't even
Yeah,
consider it a trophy. They have no competition. There's 20
yeah.
point gaps
I
from
I
first to second.
I just cannot take it away from them, because if they don't win it, then you'll start to blame them for not winning it, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a big deal, and then
Yeah,
you're like that rarely happens.
really. I think,
The only reason he
yeah,
won is because of the Champions League. That's the end of the day. If Barcelona won the Champions League, he doesn't get in there. I
pro-
think you agree.
I think he'll probably be top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
Yeah,
Because
but
of his
like we'll start talking about Rafinha probably winning.
I
The Champions League is definitely
that's the biggest.
a big factor.
But no, it's not the whole thing because Salah won the Champions League and he didn't win the
Yeah,
Ballon d'Or. So it's not the whole thing. But I was upset as a neutral, but I
yeah.
didn't expect it. I was hoping
Salah would
Salah
win.
would win. I was hoping they would put some, respect on that name after this long.
Yeah.
But I knew the French bias. I knew when I saw the PSG owner coming
Yeah.
there, I knew it was done and dusted. It's over.
Actually, I got tricked because usually they would bring a legend from the same nation to
Yeah.
hand you the Ballon d'Or.
They brought
They
Ronaldinho.
brought Ronaldinho. So in my head, I was like,
So
Rafinha is winning the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
And then I would have been very mad, because I honestly, Rafinha played great, but just from one,
Yeah.
one good performance, like one good half a year or whatever, like,
Yeah.
and you start to consider him a contender for a Ballon d'Or, I would have been devastated.
Thinking, Salah's age, doing what he did, that's an accomplishment, a big accomplishment.
It's never too late,
No, it's not gonna.
Messi won his 8th
Kofta.
Ballon d'Or.
I think it's done.
Yeah.
I think that was the last chance for Salah. I don't think
If you
he
guys
will
wa-
have
if
the
you
form like he had
Yeah.
last season.
It would depend. I think Salah is definitely fit to be in that
Oh,
form,
100%.
but it will depend on Arne Slot this
Yeah,
year.
I mean, if we win the Premier League and the Champions League,
Yeah.
there is a chance, but he's not going to have a 34-goal season like we
It's
talked
really
about.
in Arne Slot's hand right now with the way they want to play. Of course, Salah can prove him wrong all day long by like playing better and training and beating his own players
Yeah.
on the field. But yeah, I think it was
deserved.
Yeah, in
Okay.
my opinion.
Well, I'd love to hear what everybody else thinks. If you guys are listening, please drop it in the comments of whatever platform you're listening to, because I don't think so, but you do, and
Yeah,
I look at all the names of the Ballon d'Ors winners, and he's nowhere in there. He had a great season, and maybe I'm being unfair and biased, but I don't see him as a genuine player. He's not getting in my top 11.
No.
I wouldn't have him in Liverpool. I don't think he would fit into Manchester City. Would he start in Manchester City?
I would take him in Manchester City, I think.
He'd start ahead of, what is he, left wing or right wing?
Like he can play anywhere. That's the thing. Like this guy can actually play as a cam, right wing, left wing, as a striker. He's done it all actually this year too. He worked hard.
Good.
I think he worked hard for it, and he deserved it.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm a little bitter about it, as you can. But well, I guess on that note, was there anything else that you want to discuss about this weekend, or
I'm just
any other points?
very happy.
As a Manchester City.
Thank you, Pep.
Sending you love from Raleigh. Well, guys, it was another really, really entertaining weekend, and hopefully next weekend more wins, more crazy goals to talk about. Please, again, like, subscribe, comment, and follow us for this whole entire season. We will have some more guests, some more entertaining talks, and yeah.
See you guys next week.
See you guys next week.